Hello to you. This is part two of the talk that I did recently on how to apply for a South African passport in the UK. This is for the UK only. I don't know what it's like in any other country. Um, you may have found out by now that renewing passports in England has to be done in one of three centres through a company called VFS Global. My wife is a dual citizen, and she's a little bit worried about going to South Africa on a British passport because we've heard rumours of the odd person being sort of not really harassed at the airport or anything, but given a hard time. So we've gone through the process of renewing her South African passport, and as I said in part one, it was a bit of a minefield experience trying to discover what to do. Anyway, my wife has just walked out of VFS in London less than an hour ago, and I've picked her brain in that hour to find out exactly what has to be done at the centre. And if you look at part one, it'll give you the basics of what to do. I'm not going to repeat that all again. This video is basically just to confirm what I have said in the first video. Okay, everything I've said is correct. You go to the VFS Centre after making a booking. They were very prompt. The meeting started at exactly 2 o'clock when they said it would start. My wife went there with the DH73 and I think it's the BI529 forms filled in. And when she got there, they supplied her the fingerprint form, which is the DHA9. They asked her if she had the DHA9 fingerprint form, which was rather strange because I've been told through the South African Embassy website that that has to be issued by the embassy or one of their authorized representatives, and VFS is obviously the authorized representative in England. So I found that a bit strange that he was asking for the form. But anyway, he said not to worry. And the reason why I find it strange is because it's supposed to have a barcode that's specifically for your application. Anyway, the two or three things that perplexed me in the whole process was would they supply that fingerprint form? Yes, they did. It was filled in, and they also did the entirety of Part B on DH73-73, which I think is the citizenship form. But I'm just saying that from memory. So that was good. We took up 8 photographs, 4 certified and 4 uncertified, and they didn't require any of them. They take the photographs themselves. I had read on a site somewhere that their machine was broken, and that's why I went through all the hassle of getting photographs taken, but at the end they didn't need it. So just to repeat, they did the fingerprints on the DHA9, they supplied the form, they did look at the original documents and see that they were the correct ones compared with the actual photocopies that we had made. I forgot to ask my wife how many photocopies they took of each of the original documents, but just go with 2 of each unless it's very expected. Maybe I can add an addendum to this down below, whether you have to take 1 certified copy or 2 of the original documents. But they did 1 certified document. Now we use the post office in England. Don't go and get it notarized and all that. It's hellishly expensive. If you can go to a lawyer or somebody like that, they normally charge about £5 per photocopy. So that's it. You get the forms off the South African High Commission site. That's the BI529 and the DH-73. The DHA9 or whatever it is, the fingerprint form is supplied up there. They do fill it out. They do complete it. They do Part B of DH73 while you're in there. And yes, you do need at least 1 or 2 certified copies of every document. And they didn't seem particularly worried who certified it. You know, there was no sort of close examination. Oh, why have you used the post office and not a magistrate? Or I even used my pastor to sign the marriage certificate copy because the post office is not allowed to do it for some type of copyright infraction. So, we got my her British passport, her South African passport, her ID book, and all of that certified by the post office, and then I just got my pastor to sign the marriage certificate one. Didn't seem to faze them at all. It was very quick, very efficient, and in fact she was out in 22 minutes. So if you want to contact me, I'll put my email address below. I will not give phone numbers or anything like that. But if you want to email me, that's fine. If it becomes too much of a burden from too many people, I'll remove my email address. I hope this helps you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and look at part 1 first. Okay, thank you.